Hello and welcome back to Geek Space. I'm Cade.
Anthony.
He finally got it. Today we're reviewing Black Adam.
You just said that.
They don't know that.
Oh.
I'm rating it a solid 4 out of 5.
I gave it a 3.5.
So that we're averaging that out at 3.75 out of 5 on our scale.
You only gave it a 4.5 because of the end.
I said 4.
Oh.
4. No, it's not as good as a 4.5.
Me and Alex were discussing, what was the other movie we gave a 5 out of 5 besides Spider-Man No Way Home?
Oh, Top Gun Maverick.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right.
We gave that a 5 out of 5. That movie is a great movie.
Okay. That's what it was.
So 3.75 out of 5 is what we're giving Black Adam. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. The effects were actually really good. I definitely think, other than Man of Steel, that this is one of the better DCEU movies that they came out with.
I think out of all the DCEU movies, Black Adam had the best fight scenes. Mm-hmm. I'll give it that. I
like how I don't feel like they overused slow motion. I feel like it was actually really good with the slow motion scenes that they had.
They did the super speed scenes better than they did the Flash scenes in the other movies.
They really did. Even though I gotta give credit to the Justice League movie with both of them. They both had this scene where the Flash is running around Superman, but Superman is able to follow him with his eyes.
See, I didn't like that because the Flash trips and it pissed me off.
Well, yes, I just mean just the scene in general of the slow motion, but Superman being able to follow him in real speed. I like that. But yeah, no, I think Black Adam for sure did it a lot better than the Flash scenes. So
overall, I thought the movie was pretty good. The only reason I gave it a 3.5 instead of a 4 is because there were so many characters in the movie, which isn't necessarily bad, but they just didn't spend any or enough time on every character to do any character development throughout the film. You got character development obviously for Black Adam, for Hawkman and Dr. Fate. You didn't really get much for Cyclone or Atom Smasher. They were just kind of background characters that were like, hey, don't forget about us. We're here too. I did think the scene with Cyclone and her whirling around and it slowed her down to where she was twirling and all that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Overall, it was a really fun movie. I definitely recommend going and watching it in theaters. IMAX if you can. If not, it's still really fun to watch in theaters. They did seem to set up the DCEU for future movies. So I don't know what Warner Brothers Discovery is doing because it seemed like they were canceling all their projects. But now with Black Adam, it kind of seems they were setting everything back up again and building what looks like... Actually, I don't even know what they're setting up for. To be honest,
so
they're just...
Everybody was thinking that they were going to basically reboot, restart the movies, starting with the Batman and just kind of making a new Justice League and stuff like that. I don't think they're doing that.
But the Batman isn't part of the DCU.
No, it's not.
So how can they... Well... How can that restart all the movies if it's not even in the universe? So that can't... That doesn't work.
That was what I read on Instagram.
Well, it's wrong.
Okay, I know it's wrong.
Go tell him.
I don't know who posted it, but...
Why are you whispering?
Anyways, so I think that this is just the start of a soft reboot for the DCEU. We got to give credit to The Rock, though, because The Rock had 60%, no, even more than that. He had most creative rights for this movie.
Mm-hmm. He was working on this movie for a good decade to try to get this movie to come out.
12 years ago is when they actually cast him as Black Adam.
Has it really been that long?
It's been that long.
Holy crap.
12 years ago is when they first announced that he will be Black Adam. It's taken 12 years for this movie to come out. But that's because The Rock...
Thanks a lot, COVID.
Yeah, well, that and The Rock read the script, trashed the script, said, I'll write it. He wrote it. He then produced it himself.
And starred in it.
Yes. So he had all creative rights in this movie. And honestly, I think it's because of him that we actually got a good DCEU movie.
Mm-hmm. I definitely like the look, the costume and looks of all the characters in the movie. Especially, I did like it. Spoiler alert: Black Adam does end up getting beat and then comes back, and he ends up having his iconic black and gold look. Instead of just the black wristbands and black waistband, it comes back gold, solid gold and black look, and it looks really good. And his cape and everything.
It looks really sharp.
Mm-hmm. And then the after credit scene is what really...
So, Sorry, Alex is covering his ears for this. Giant spoiler alert here. If nobody's seen Henry Cavill's post yet, Superman is back, and Superman is going to stay within the DCEU for a couple more films, is what it seems like.
I do like how they, in that end credit scene when they introduced, or brought back Superman, they restricted Black Adam to Kahndaq. So I do like that because that's kind of his origin story too. They took, because he has multiple origins. He has the one where he comes and fights Shazam, and he's the rightful, owner of the power. And then he has one where he ends up just ruling over, not really ruling, but becomes the protector of Kahndaq, which in a way, that's how this movie ended. So Amanda Waller ends up saying, well, if you don't want to be in our prison, you made your own. If you had set foot outside of Kahndaq, you'll be dealt with.
Yeah.
And then he says something along the lines of, no one on this world can hurt me. And that's when Superman comes in. But yeah, overall, great movie. Go see it.
It's a really good one. I'm just so excited about that post-credit scene, and
That's the only reason he gave it a 4.
honestly, yeah, quite honestly.
Only reason he gave it a 4.
But
he
not
would have
only-
been on a 3.5 with me unless that scene didn't happen.
Okay, not only that, but also the story of the movie I felt was really good. I felt like it was a pretty good story for Black Adam, although they did change the origin story for Black Adam within this movie to fit how the movie was going. I feel like they pretty much stayed close to the character. He does say a line out of the comic books of him saying, I have the power of the gods, so I should be treated as one. Which in the last video I posted for our Black Adam expectations, that's like his main villain's category and objective right there is being treated as a god because he has the powers of one. Now, yes, they did make him into an anti-hero in this movie.
Like they do every villain.
Yes, but he's pretty much stayed within the lines of I have the powers of a god type thing.
They made him an anti-hero, but they didn't do it in the way they've done other villains. I will say they did it in a better way than they did like Morbius or any of the other villains that they've tried to touch. He wasn't there fighting a bad guy. He was there protecting his city, and that's kind of what Black Adam does.
Yeah, I don't feel like it was more like I wouldn't say it was like him being a superhero to them. It was him protecting his home turf from other bad guys any means necessary.
He didn't care who you were.
No.
So I'm okay with that. It's better than what they did with like Venom and Carnage and Morbius and what they're going to do with Kraven, and pisses me off. It really does.
Soon it's going to be Green Goblin. Oh, actually, Doc Ock was an anti-hero in No Way Home.
There we go. Forgot about that one. Thanks.
Sandman in Spider-Man 3 was an anti-hero as well.
Stop talking. Just shut up.
I want $10. King the Conqueror is going to be an anti-hero.
I don't know. And here's my theory. Because the Ant-Man Quantumania trailer came out today.
It's off topic.
And I honestly, this is way off topic. We're pretty much done with the Black Adam review, by the way. We're just kind of gonna. I personally think that Kang is going to kill Scott.
I think so too.
I honestly believe this is going to be Scott Lang's last movie. I think he's going to kill Scott, and this is where Cassie's going to step up. And it seems like, from what the previous movies and shows have been leading up, they're kind of building the Young Avengers, with Scar being at the end of She-Hulk, now Cassie.
They've already introduced Patriot and Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Patriot. Who's the other one? From Hawkeye. I can't remember her name. Kate Bishop. Ironheart's about to be introduced too. So I honestly think they're setting up the Young Avengers here soon. But yeah, I do think Kang is gonna kill Scott.
Well, back onto the DC part of things. DC is now looking for a new actor to play Barry Allen in The Flash. Ezra Miller is done.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all excited about it.
He was not a good Barry Allen.
No, he wasn't. They weren't.
I don't know who I would cast, to be honest, as Barry Allen. There's a couple actors I have in mind, but the more I think about it and dwell on it, I'm like,
Even though they've gone on for 9 very, very long seasons, I think Grant Gustin has been the best Barry Allen we've gotten.
That's just because he's been the longest Barry Allen we've gotten.
It's because he's good at it. Grant Gustin has been the best Flash. And I'm not saying that's who they need to cast for the DCEU, because obviously...
They're not going to.
No, they're not. But, still...
But on the bright side, I know one of the two. There have been 2 new CEOs, co-CEOs announced to run the new DCEU projects, movies, and TV shows. James Gunn is one, and I don't remember the name of the other. Yeah, they've been cast as co-CEOs of future upcoming movies and TV shows for the DCEU. So James Gunn has had a hell of a couple of years, hasn't he? All the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, the new Guardians of the Galaxy special, I think he directed.
Yep.
The Suicide Squad, he's just flopping back and forth. All things superheroes.
Peacemaker.
Forgot about, yeah.
He's had some really good projects though. He's just really good at what he does.
No, I'm not surprised. I won't be surprised if we get some really good projects coming out here in the future.
We will. So James Gunn is actually going to head the DCEU TV shows. And then that director, whose name here is...
it's actually right here, because you put it behind the speaker. So we're going to put it right here.
He... Thanks for fixing my mistake.
You're welcome.
He will head the directing of the DCEU movies. He will be directing Man of Steel 2 as well, which is in the works officially. Henry Cavill posted on Instagram. He is back, and he's coming. It gets good. So,
and then from what it sounds like, it doesn't sound like he's on for a movie or two. It sounds like he's on for the long haul. So at least that's what it sounds like.
And I'm going to be honest here. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, and I know I've made comments in the past.
You have.
But I want Ben Affleck to come back as Batman.
Why?
I think that if we have better writers and a good director, he could do it.
His Batman was awful.
Yes, it was. But that's when the DCEU was in the toilet. Now we're coming out of the toilet.
He has a good Bruce Wayne look, but when it came to Batman and his robotic voice, no.
They can do better.
But will they? I don't know.
I think they will.
I don't know.
I think they will.
I don't know.
I think they can do it.
If they had a scene of him removing his voice box from his bat suit, I'll be okay. But I honestly don't know.
Like even Alfred, like the Alfred that played within the Batman vs. Superman Justice League movies, he was a good Alfred. And Ben Affleck did a really good job with Bruce Wayne. Better than Robert Pattinson, I have to say.
I don't like his Batman. I don't
Listen, in the Justice League movie, Batman had a pretty cool scene with dangling a bad guy off a building, which is what Batman does to draw out a parademon. That's what Batman like he has the potential to be a good Batman. He has the potential.
But
I also want Gal Gadot to come back as Wonder Woman.
I can see that.
I feel like the Justice League that we had.
It's Gadot, by the way.
Is it?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I feel like the Justice League that we had can make a comeback. I really do. I think that every one of them has potential.
I mean, we have
fit really good in the roles.
We have the Flash movie still coming up. Mm-hmm. We have the Aquaman movie coming up, and we still have Blue Beetle coming up, even though it was done with production, even though it was only 30% complete. But
which I think
Blue Beetle's still coming.
I think the reason that it's not out yet, and they actually did push back the release date. I can't remember what the release date is now, but they pushed it back because I think that this director has come up, looked at all the projects, and said, "We need to redo it."
And he kind of just laid them out and said, we don't need this, we're going to keep this, don't need this, don't need this.
So I think Aquaman is going to be good. I really do think so. But again, Jason Momoa, really good Aquaman. Like the best cast for Aquaman since Smallville when they had the guy that plays Hawk playing Aquaman within that TV series.
It's fair.
It's a good casting. Henry Cavill as Superman. I can't see anybody else being Superman. Even the guy that plays Superman in Superman and Lois. I think Henry Cavill is a much better Clark Kent and Superman.
You want to know what's getting annoying? Is every time there's 3 versions of a hero, they want to put them all in the same movie now ever since Spider-Man No Way Home. Now they want to put in Brandon Routh, the guy that plays Superman on Superman Lois, and now Henry Cavill. I've just been seeing that everywhere, and I was like, you need to all stop. Yeah. And then they wanted to do the Hulk, which... they can't because two of them that they're trying to put in are the same Hulk. They're trying to put in the 2008's Incredible Hulk and Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. And they're like, these are different.
Yeah.
Like, no, they're not.
They're the same Hulk.
So that's just irritating me.
Yeah.
I just seeing it everywhere.
It's yeah. I know. As soon as they came up with that, and actually, this one's a pretty good one. I liked seeing this one. They want Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton, but they want Michael Keaton to be Thomas Wayne and do like a Flashpoint type thing.
No, I wanted Jeffrey Dean Morgan to play Thomas Wayne.
Really? Oh yeah, that would be pretty good.
I was gonna say, how is that not a perfect casting for Thomas Wayne right there?
Because he already was Thomas Wayne.
Was he? Oh, he was.
Yeah.
So why are you trying to recast him?
I'm not trying to recast him, but somebody did like a fan art of the ending of the Flashpoint comic book, to where the Flash is running on the treadmill to get him and Bruce Wayne back home, and Thomas Wayne basically shoves Bruce Wayne into the portal and says, "Just go without me." Somebody did like a fan art of that with Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck, and it was pretty good. I liked Black Adam. I'm very excited for the way that the DCEU is going, finally.
I'm waiting. This one movie does not change my mind on how the DCEU has been or how it looks like it's going to be. Just because they added Henry Cavill again and the Black Adam movie was pretty good, I'm going to hold off on seeing future projects and then I'll make my decision.
One more thing that Henry Cavill added was he said much respect to Zack Snyder and how Superman was going within the universe, but he said he's very excited that this new director is putting him back into a role where Superman's seen as an image of hope, not an image of fear. No black suit, all red and blue. He said he's very excited to be entering a role where Superman can be taken seriously, but also be seen as the good guy.
You think they're going to keep his new 52 look in the movies, or are they going to give him the red trunks?
I don't know. I kind of want a little bit of the red trunks, to be quite honest with you. Just like a classic look for the new Man of Steel 2. I think it would look really nice.
Guess we'll see.
But seeing from the post-credit scene, it looks like we're going to have a new 52 look, but he still looks really, really good. So, and he's got the curl. He's got the curl.
You have no idea how excited he was just for the curl in that
I'm pretty
movie.
sure I was the only one in the
he was.
movie theater that was, like, pumped up.
He was.
So. But yeah, well, that's going to be all we have for this episode. Make sure you follow us on Instagram.
Don't say TikTok. I haven't had it. Don't look at me for that because you have to send me some clips. I can't just copy and paste it from YouTube. That's not how that works.
Make sure to also follow Alex on Twitch. I'm pretty sure he still streams. We're going to be coming out with new video game videos as well, just so we can put a little fire under Alex's ass to get a project out.
There's a lot of new games coming out. There's
He's been longer.
There's
I have difficulties, okay? He's just lazy.
Listen.
That's a fair point.
You saw it. I have difficulties.
Well, that's it for this episode. Now I've been insulted again.
Make sure to like and subscribe, and thanks for geeking out with us.